This will be episode 71, cycle 1192 and onward. Yeah. That open. Hopefully we don't have any technical issues. Trove was the only one that seemed to be having problems, which is rare for a Wednesday. Normally AWS, Amazon's backend stuff is normally done on Wednesday. That's why we have all the maintenances on all their games. But it's looking pretty good. We'll do a priority check before we do anything. I don't need random explosions or tiles deleting themselves again. I still don't know how we're going to fix the one tile randomly yeeting itself out of existence. I don't even know how to describe it other than it just phased out of existence completely. Okay, there's Tripola. Sputnik Rocket. Waterworld check. Rudibo check. Talon check. Papalin. Spirit of Deus. Brave Apollo. And main base Iridol. Start. And get the ball rolling. And I do all of that. I'm still dealing with the actual slime one. Good news is radiation is very effective. That and also Floral Scent is a hyper-aggressive germ of doom. That radiation barely does anything to it. Don't go near the poke shell puffs. Not worth it. Phase decayed as well. Fine. I still don't know what we're gonna do about this. We will eventually use it. I just don't know when we will. It's been pretty effective at cleaning up most of the stuff. The only things I gotta be careful of is that. Excuse me. And this. Everything else seems to work just fine for the most part. Over here, we just need to be starting to collect some copper ore. Is that it? Temperature-wise, we're still kind of dealing with the rest of the gas situation, but most of this is taken care of. Yeah. How's main base? $294, $299. Yeah, I have to get in here and remove this. I have no idea how we're gonna pull that off. And technically, I can burn off this. It's too hot for me to make steel in there. I don't know how this tile broke. As I said before, my best guess is it got crushed. But it didn't explain or say any, it didn't give any warnings or anything. Which normally it does. It didn't. So, I have no idea. That's my best guess. Some weirdness happened, and it broke. That's my literal best guess. Rocket is almost completely filled up again. Okay, the rocket's already pre-planned. Good. I'm just very, very happy that we don't really need to do that much. Most things have been automated at this point. I probably need to send some more sand over. At least make some more. Oh yeah. Keep rolling and I don't have to worry about it. Max priority that real quick. All rolling. Preparing everything in advance. There we go. Oh, the crusher's still working, and that's what matters. Still don't know how we're gonna do this. I'm probably gonna have to replace all of this with obsidian. Once we have enough, of course. Then we'll just heat inject from this way over. So this will just all get sealed in. And then the energy will have a cooling loop. We'll probably be able to cool it back from. I definitely want to use dupes with I could put a cooling loop in here and just not care. And I think that's in here is going to be fluid oxygen and fluid water. Which if we turn the one up, then technically speaking we would get steam and included oxygen. Somewhat annoying to work with, but not the worst thing in the world. Finally dump this. Oh, that actually broke that. Oh well. Dupes, can you guys come on over here? That up. This. There we go. Keep them going off to the left. I see someone makes his way over here, I guess. Where are you gonna go, bud? This water was already super hot anyway because of these guys. We'll just do that and clean up the entire thing. Still think I should probably put this pointing out the top. That way if I want to, I can make another chamber over here, and we can come in here with suits, and I can do a bunch of other stuff. I'm kind of like, I feel like I should probably just link it at the top. Downside, gotta remove all that stuff first. Stop falling in there. I could actually install something like this in here. Chip out any of the meat that gets spawned in. Well, as long as the interior area is just oxygen, oil scent, and CO2, we're good. Yeah, the rest of the want to clean up. There we go. Okay, good. Real issues there. I have so much map that needs cleanup. Meantime, how's the rocket? It's almost there. When these two fire, I'll send my dupes in to clean this up. They're almost there. Technically, we've been running on an infinite power, so I could probably just do this. I'll make it so that way they won't shoot. Should be perfectly fine. I have no idea how that happened. It's just like, went back and tried to recreate the situation, and I couldn't. Surprised that this doesn't cause more issues. Okay, 9 to 0, pretty much. Right on the dot. That's pretty good. Injecting just enough heat. Ah, dupes. I'm gonna fix this up. % kill rate. Ah, good. Good, 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 good. Let me just higher price that. Those. There we go. Fucker's just going to exist there now. I guess he is. He'll just live there the entire time, I guess. A little weird, but alright. Hear the whiz of a phone. Oh. I always enjoy the party phone. Just funny enough. Alright, I'm gonna high priority that. Why not? Let's clean up all this excess slime that's around. Like it was technically growing, in theory, but because of the radiation, it's just eradicating it. A little weird. I mean, it's in full space radiation, so it's gonna do weird things. Right, what? Everyone needs to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Go, dupes, go. Okay, who is it? Under 43. Yo. Bathroom. 72%. Good. Bathroom. Now. Go. I know. You're going. Move your butt. There you go. Frodo. Using the regular toilets, not the wall toilet. I'm gonna disable that building. Just so that way they don't come up here and use it. Because I have a fully built up filtration system already, and I need to fill the tanks. So they shouldn't be going into the rocket and using the one that just ejects it into space. Okay, good. They're getting around to it. There's so much cleanup on this map that needs to be done within well, tonight alone. Gotta purge all of the materials. I'm gonna figure out a way to put all the plug slugs in one single thing. And build our fridge. Which will be right here. Actually, yeah, the fridge will be right here. I also need to build my cooling loop properly. Right now, it's currently properly filled. Just doesn't really have anything to actually run with it yet. Not to mention I do need to take a heavy wire and... well, yeah. Need to really take care of this one. Oh. Hey. Don't fall asleep out there. There you go. We have a Steve. Let's see, Catalina, which is a giant no. Rocketry 1, it's all ones. Steve with digging a tree. Level 3, level 4. Uncultured, pretty good. Shriveled taste buds, pretty good. Germ resistant, pretty good. Decreases bathroom use speed. Not the best. Or a Hassan with ranching tin. Germ resistant, uncultured, building impaired. Circle speaker. Seems somewhat tempting. Hassan slightly more. Still feel like we could go for better. I need to get like a level 8 rancher above with the actual not critter version, but the other one. I'm really hoping for, but 10 husbandry is pretty good to start. But now that we can train it and train it quickly, it's not that big of a deal. I also wouldn't mind getting a narcoleptic rancher with that. I get those critter lover freaking tubes. I need them to take care of actual like a bunch of the critters and everything else. Beetles. I'm tempted by Steve, but still don't think it's really worth the investment. Because he's another rocket pilot. I can only really run like 4 rockets at once right now. And even that's like pushing it. Once we actually get everything going, it's really just going to be 1, 2, 3. And I'll have to raise this one up. There's the spare rocket. Technically, these can get scooted over here. And I can just use glass underneath them, and I can have them over the solar panels. So then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be the object limit for home base. If I end up generating up enough nuclear waste, we can set up another system of rockets over here. Looks like a strip will be necessary probably for heading up whatever's over here and over here. And then I definitely need Rudabo if I want to actually claim the water world. For sure. Like, this frozen hellhole needs to become a launch point for so many things. It actually hurts. It's like, this one is hyper important, Flapalon's hyper important, and main base. $13.9. So much nuclear waste. It's so cold too. Okay. Let me do this real quick. We're gonna fire everything simultaneously. This one is at 86. This one is at 83. 3. And 83. Come on. Hit enter, come on. Ah! Okay, so the rocket is now completely filled. Okay, with a bunch of excess. Do I need to actually load up anything else? Other than plastic? Really? Let me do edibles, and we need pickled meal. High priority that. Let's make sure that's people only. Once that's filled, we'll get the crew back in there, and we'll send them up for a reconnaissance mission. What are they doing? Yeah, looks like they're doing okay. But why in the God's green earth are you sleeping? I'm like, literally, why? why were you stupid enough to do that? I worry about my dupes from time to time. Go for the bathroom. So only. Just have to finish up your phone call. Crew to stations. I repeat, crew to stations. Okay. Make sure that the target location is still. Yep, 7 of 20. Punch it, my dude. Begin launch sequence. Fire! Off they go. Also find a giant amount of radiation. And isn't that bad? Temperatures, we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Gene will be on route. 2.1 cycles. There he goes. Hey, what's your piloting skills now? Oh, 35% faster. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's on an exploration mission at this point, for the most part. I don't have to worry about him too much. Is there dirt there? Oops. Pick that up. I do want to know what that is. And I do also need to start planning for large-scale nuclear. Though we're still not there yet in the temperatures. It'd be going a lot faster if this thing hadn't bugged out, but that's beside the point. I think the only way I can do this, in theory, is that I will need to vent this box. Oh, OBS is having a moment. Guess we good? Okay, here. But I need to vent this box of all of the natural gas. Not care about the oil coming in. Just let it back up in the pipe. And then once that's done, poke a hole right here. Yeah, I'll have to poke a hole right there. Remove this one, clean this all up, remove everything in here, and then exit. Rebuild this steam turbine, seal this back in, and then vent all the CO2 out. That's like literally the only thing I can think of to safely do that and get these back up and operational. do enjoy how the bees just vacuum out this place. It's just, oof, it's gone. It's so nice. Oops, you have orders. Oh yeah. Okay, fine. Alright, I'll hold off on breaking those yet. Yes, we have a map to consume. And mostly open up. I still don't know fully what I'm going to do with all of this. I've got kind of a plan. Bees down here. Probably pips all the way down to about here. Maybe seal this in until I want to use it. Where's dirt going? 172.2. And it's still going up. It matters. As long as dirt keeps going up, we're good. I was a little low on Frey, but they should be fine. Do not have enough plastic to really be using it willy-nilly at this point. The bee's behavior and what is it for? Sure. So the radioactive bees, aka the betas, there's technically like 3 things that you can really use them for. One is making hydrogen. The other would be to enrich uranium. And then technically you can also use them as a vacuum. If you want to get rid of CO2. Because, let's see if I can find one that ends up passing out here in a second. If you're sleeping... How much CO2 are you consuming at this point? I remember being around like 250 per second or something like that, 250 grams per second. So they're a pretty good way of eradicating CO2. Oh, I know. All nuclear waste. God damn it. I'm gonna allow them in there just to clean that up. But the other thing is that you use the betas, the beta hive specifically, to feed Saturn critter traps. Both the Saturn critter trap and the betas have the same survivability range. So if I pull them up here to the codex, you'll notice that they die at 0.1 and also below negative 100. Saturn critter traps are negative 90.1 to 0.1. And the thing is that these make a absolutely stupid amount of hydrogen. I cannot get rid of it fast enough. So, technically speaking, I'm never going to have to worry about hydrogen or fueling liquid hydrogen rockets ever again. And yeah, we had one break because of a save load bug, and it ended up shattering this liquid lock, which then caused it caused a minor breach. And yeah, 820 kilograms per tile of hydrogen is a metric crapload of it. And then obviously the other thing is that they rely on uranium, which will then end up creating enriched uranium when they actually process it. Also, when they die, they turn into nuclear waste. If I come on up here, for creating nuclear waste and radiation, if you don't have the room or the temperatures yet, which is what we're working on to build a nuclear reactor, one of the easiest sources of nuclear radiation is nuclear waste. But you can also take all of the dead bees from your map and slowly warm it up. Obviously, if you're making too many bees, then you'll end up getting more nuclear waste than you can actually warm up in time. So right now we're slowly increasing its temperature, but the amount of nuclear waste from the dead bees is going up. So even though I am actually utilizing a particle accelerator to create nuclear waste, I am still technically only barely beating out its temperatures. But it's been pretty effective. For behavioral patterns, though, if you want to actually get them to actually, put down roots, what you need to do is you just put them in pneumatic doors. Like so. This is all the space that they need for a for a bee tiny to end up forming into a hive. So all you have to do is just make sure that you put in the doors, and they will not be able to detect outside of these doors. So they'll only detect that there's no hive within this space, and then they'll make a hive. And that's pretty much how that works. If you want to end up making your nuclear, your uranium ore last longer, so say you've been discovering and roaming around, and you do not have any renewable sources of uranium, which can happen. It's rare. I don't know if I have one yet myself. I know I have renewable fullerene, which is a godsend. Thank you, game. I've done 4 playthroughs without it. I've been exceedingly non-lucky when it comes down to it. Ever since they added it to the game. My last 4 playthroughs did not have a gilded asteroid, which sucked. But yeah, if I don't have a uranium source, then I'll be very happy. What I've been doing with the bees is what I've been doing, which is the bees themselves will have an 80% efficiency rate of picking up uranium ore. So if my dupe digs this, we'll get 50%. If a bee digs it, then they get 80%. And then if the bee takes it to their hive, you get 100% of the uranium enriched. So it just does not actually, it's a 1-to-1 inside these things. So these are really, really important if you want to actually process your uranium into enriched uranium for a research reactor. Because if you just use the centrifuge, you actually lose quite a bit. Because it cuts it down even further. I would never recommend using a uranium centrifuge. Unless you have no bees, I would never recommend. Like, to be honest, God forbid you have no bees. Like, if you have no planets that have no bees on it, I am so sorry. Like, that would be like worst case scenario. Is they're just really useful. The only downside to bees, though, is that they can have what I'm calling Schrodinger's cat syndrome. If you're not looking at the planet, these guys are technically on their own independent layer in the code because, again, Oxygen Not Included runs on Unity. And the way that they calculate everything is everything gets its own independent layer. So everything's layered on top of each other, but in the background for the engine, everything is layered, so certain things don't interact with other things directly. What happens with the bee tinies, as well as the pinch rows, let me see if I can find them. these guys can technically phase through materials when I change map locations. So right now I'm over here looking at Drapola. Back at main base, probably in about a minute or two, it's going to end up caching it. So the entire base will be running, but it's probably going to be running like off on the right. Obviously I can't pull out the camera right now using spectator, otherwise we'll lose the achievement run. But if you've been playing on your own or you've run a test map, if you've loaded up other planets and you zoom out using Alt S for the screenshot mode, you will notice that when you turn on priorities, you will probably see plants and creatures and other things are off the map. What that is doing is every single thing is technically running simultaneously, but the thing is that the maps, when you're not looking at them, close out. So the map is shrunk in the background. All operations are still being done though, but because the map doesn't exist, what happens is that the bees technically can exist within this box, but when the map disappears, this box disappears, which means that the bees now have access to poke your dupes inside the base. And that also happens with the actual poke shells. If your dupes are operating on a rock crusher, if they're on a triage cot, I believe if they're eating, cooking, I haven't seen anyone get stabbed or attacked on the party line phone. But there's quite a few machines in here that technically end up in the same layer when the map is compressed when you're not looking at it, which then allows your dupes to get hit by both the poke shells that are pissed and the bees. Because then the game goes, ah yes, this dupe up here is actually within reach of these. And then it just calculates that it can hit them. Even though they can't, because there's multiple walls and everything else between them. And that's why sometimes you will see injuries that make no sense. And sometimes you'll get a fleeing warning. You click on the fleeing warning, and then say, I'll have my dupe running this way. And then I see a bee die down here because the bee down here stabbed my dupe up here. Because they were technically on the wheel, and the game calculated that they were within reach, so the bee attacked them. So that's a thing. I don't know if that'll ever get fixed, so just make sure you have a doctor. Like, thankfully the injuries aren't that bad. So it's like, yeah, just make sure you have a doctor. It's been a known issue for a long time, and it's just like, as far as I know, I've never had a dupe die on me since like 2017, since the launch of the game, back when Slimeling was actually dangerous. But I have had very many close calls and many injuries because of bees and also poke shells. But that's just my 2 cents. Maybe one day they'll fix it, but I don't really know if they can because it's technically a fundamental mechanic of how layering works to make it so that way we can play on multiple planets. I don't think I ever saw it once in the default game, except for one time at the beginning. If you entered the star map, in base oxygen not included, you technically are loading up another planet, which was weird. But the base map would compress, and then you could see that happen. Though I'm pretty sure they fixed it on default long ago. I know in the DLC it happens a lot. So it's definitely something I have to make sure everyone knows, that if you're getting random warnings when people are fleeing because they just got stabbed from like 40 blocks away through walls, that is why. If you have teleporting gases or liquids, it's the same principle. The walls don't exist when you're not looking at them, aka Schrodinger's cat. So it's just, there's your warning. If you get weirdness happening, you can go back and review like from a previous save and double check. In most cases, you'll be like, oh, okay, so it just went through the wall. Got it. Teleportation is a thing in this game. It's just not in the way that you think it does. Also, you're welcome, my man. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Right now, we're just kind of waiting on our dupes to clean up everything. I'm just doing mostly base optimizations and just trying to get things to be a little bit more, well, clean. I do need to get my cooling loop online, but it's still holding off without really much issue. At least for now. So, good. Give it up, Gene. We are heading over here to see what this is. Oh. Yeah, I'll be fine. There you go, bud. Also, we did have a block break 2 episodes ago. This is, I should mention for YouTube's sake, this is episode 71. But we did have a block, this one specifically, disappear. And my only assumption is that it got compressed and it shattered. But I did load up the save last week, and I just let it run off stream, and it never broke. So I have no idea what happened. But it's like, okay, cool. Great. What exactly happened? And it's just, well, this just disappeared. If it had actually shattered, there would be a piece of debris right here. But there is nothing there. Just up over here. But yeah. Originally I had a sandstone component right there, and it, yeah. I have no idea what happened. I'm like, okay, cool. We just had a teleporting block. Great. Awesome. It probably got deleted in a save load because of a chunk update. Because I'm technically dripping water on top of this. So probably what happened was the game just thought when I loaded the game, like, you know, save and loading the game can cause issues from time to time. But I'm pretty sure that what happened was that the game thought that this water was here. So it just didn't load this actual tile. So it just deleted it. And then all of the water that had been sitting like right here and was actually going into the pump just kept pouring out. And that's my best guess. I was like, it either crushed itself out of existence, which doesn't make much sense because, again, I ran it for the same amount of time on stream and it never broke. Which, yeah, I let it run for like 6 hours and it didn't break. So, yeah, I have no idea what caused it. It's very strange and very weird. But I have an idea on how to fix it. It's just going to take a little bit of work. Goes down. Okay, cool. We have been making some pretty good progress. Higher priority those. There we go. Hey, you did make it. Good. That means I can finally clean this up. What somebody's doing. 6, 1. Very good. Nice. How's our break? Grab all the enriched uranium, please. Yep. Still don't know what I'm going to do about all the excess hydrogen over here. I need to really just remove it. It needs to be scooted. Technically, this all needs to be cooled down so I can put the bees down here. I want the bees to have their own little box down here. Pretty much from like there, maybe over. Yeah, about that much. If I have renewable uranium, I'll probably need that much for all the systems. I'll have to vacuum all the steam out. Yeah. Like, these need to be vacuumed, these need to be vacuumed. This entire cube, like, area needs to be cleaned out. Steam over here can stay inside because the nuclear reactor is going right here. This all needs to be cleaned out. And then this needs to be expanded downward. I'm still worried about the nuke. Like, the nuclear reactors... This plug of neutronium is very strange. And when I get the nuclear reactor online, we will see how bad or fine this will be. There's a high likelihood this is going to bug out really badly. That's all I can say on that matter. There's definitely a chance that this could go horribly wrong. And I'm definitely going to have to plasticize about yay thick. Just in case. Because in testing, on a test map with the same size neutronium, this technically blocks uranium, like the radiation output. This enables it to go through the chunk for some reason. And when it goes through the chunk, it actually amplifies it. So I ended up getting a beam of like 15,000 rads just flying straight up into space. And I was like, okay, that's really bad. So, we'll find out when it's up and operational. I have no idea. Hey, there we go. I killin'. Tungsten volcano, yes. We have a tungsten base. Oh, thank goodness. Hooray! That means I have infinite thermium. Yes. Okay, oxyfern. Definitely the oxyfern. Not great, not great, not great. Yeah, definitely. Where to allow the pip to put it? Definitely want to put one here, for sure. Alright, in theory, I can scoot that over. Put that right there for just right now. This is mostly just a temporary thing. I will double up on the dust camps for until obviously I get a full slime operation up and running. The big downside is I don't really have any real source of polluted oxygen besides the hot polluted oxygen vent, which that's going to require a very, very beefy cooling loop. It's 500 degrees. Thankfully it's not that much oxygen, but it can be a really tedious and annoying thing to work with. But yeah, the main source though is the fact that I need to make a puffed room. And then also make a squeaky puffed room. A higher priority that. Also, I need to add a storage bin here. I'm gonna put the oxyfern right here. And bring a pip in here. An arbor acorn and an oxy. There's the oxyfern. Okay, good. There we go. No. You have a 97% bladder. Don't even think about it. Go to the bathroom. You too. Go to the bathroom. Oops. Don't even think about it. Guys. Roto, you're not allowed out. When you're not allowed out. There. think they're being derps. Like, don't even think about it. Bring me a pip. You can suck that. Bring me the pip. Okay. How's Gene doing? Oh, he's fine. And this is a chlorine gas tundra. The magma biome. So it's a marsh tundra. Huh. A non-overtly too hot version of the same thing. We might actually be able to do 2 puffed farms. That is a possibility. Also, I'm pretty sure I can remove this. Okay, Pip. You know what to do. Nothing below it. All of that's outside of range. Now wait. I'm gonna hope he does Arbor Acorn, Oxyfern, Arbor Acorn. That's all I can hope for. In that order. We will see. Going. Thinking. Planting seed. Array acorn, good. No! Don't plant that in the middle. Oh well. Sorry, Pep. I gotta uproot that. You put it in the exact wrong spot. You need them on the sides. So it'll grow over here, and the oxyfern can sit in the middle. It's gonna take him a couple times to actually figure this out. Yeah, hot stream vent tamed? Yes I do. Right on over here. I'm also freezing out the chlorine at the moment. But super basic, really early setup. I am using ethanol. I would recommend normally, if you have access to it, use crude oil, petroleum, or the other stuff. Oh no, this is the hot one. Oh, sorry, this is the cool steam vent specifically. Yes. The hot steam vent's the one that's at 250, but it's the exact same build. There's literally no difference between this one and a hot steam vent. Obviously, the only thing that you would want to make sure is if you're dealing with a hot steam vent, is that you would want to be using, again, petroleum, crude oil, or naphtha, or if you have it, supercoolant. But it's literally the exact same setups. Obviously, if you have supercoolant, just set this thing like all the way down. Just negative, and just absolute zero. Boom, done. I have to think about it. But material-wise, yeah, it's literally the exact same thing. I use a diamond temperature shift plate here. I was going to add some more in here, but we just didn't have the time while my crew was actually originally here. Now we've got a full live-in team, so they're just existing here without much issue. But the entire setup is very simplistic. Just your standard AND gate, thermal sensor, liquid pipe thermal sensor, hydro sensor, thermal sensor, and one door. And then obviously diamond. Steel and pretty much everything else. Also, this is pretty much the backup version. If you need to screenshot anything, feel free to do so. But it's really simplistic. It's just you have a heating chamber and a cooling chamber. And the cooling chamber needs to have the steam vent inside of it, and the heating chamber needs to have the thermal aqua tuner in it. And then your actual temperature shift is from the liquid that is transferring its actual temperature from here, sucking it into this room, and then the door is what's actually calculating, which you want to put it as close to this vent as humanly possible, and you want to make sure that this is the temperature that you want for all the water that's coming out. But the principles are the exact same for both a cool steam vent and a hot steam vent. If you're dealing with hydrogen, on the other hand, you have to kind of do a little bit more finagling. The best way to put it. Obviously, I haven't tapped this one, but this one, you pretty much just need to make sure that you have a full sealed chamber. So eventually, when I do decide to tap this thing, I'm going to keep my heat chamber down here. This will all be sealed in, and the temperature will be transferred from here. That way the hydrogen isn't directly touching anything. Unless you have thermium, which then the hydrogen can touch everything and you don't have to care. Because what I'm going to do is set this up so that way this will end up overpressuring itself. And then what will happen is that I will have a door set up here. And then what you do is that the door is your temperature medium transfer. Once all the temperature has been lowered below the melting point of a steel actual gas pump, which does not take long because hydrogen is very easy to work with, has very little thermal mass. But what you do is that you put in a door right here. This stays shut until the temperature drops. Once the temperature is fully dropped, then you can actually open it, let the cooler hydrogen flow in, and then have the vent pull all the hydrogen out, so it becomes vacuum again. Once you get going in a rotation, then what'll happen is that the temperature will just rotate. Also, it looks like OBS just died on me, while still maintaining connection. Huh, weird. Well, YouTube, give Twitch chat a moment to reconnect, because OBS just died. We'll be pausing here at cycle 1199. Yeah, it looks like Twitch probably was accidentally flicked something. Because everything else is working. I just went and checked other things. Yeah, everything else is working just fine. Oh, that's annoying. Damn you, OBS. Damn you. Well, we can just sit here for a moment. But yeah, so I've done a couple hydrogen, like, sweet spot transfers where it's just like, here's a door between the hydrogen steam vent and the other thing, and I just transfer the temperature out into a steam box. I don't have to think about it. Like, this is enough, like, this is literally enough space. Because I can build the steam box down here, in this area, and then say I could put the doors over here, and then this will sap all of the energy from the hydrogen down to 124, and then the hydrogen will get sucked out and burned off. It works pretty well. As if I even want to use this thing. It is an option. It is extra fuel. I don't really know. We will see. Hitting to reconnect. Oh man, Twitch really did do a number on OBS for a moment there. Okay, cool. There we go. Looks like we've returned. Welcome back, Twitch chat. If you need to, refresh. I know this message may be delayed. OBS literally lost connection with Twitch for a moment, and I think it was on Twitch's end again. Normally they do maintenance tonight, Wednesday nights. That's why we normally have all of our patches on Lost Ark and New World when I was playing New World on Wednesdays. But it looks like we are back. And sorry about that, Peps. Yeah, it just... Twitch sometimes will just lose connection. Thankfully the recording's fine. And obviously the internet was fine. It was just Twitch going, hey! And just falling over for a moment. Like, don't worry about it. Got him back up. But yes, pretty much you run a steam box connected to a temperature transfer medium and then doors. And then send the gas through, or you could even use the doors as an actual transfer medium. Personally, I'd say just keep them separate. In this case, I can keep them separate if I wanted, or I could combine them, but I'll probably just keep them separate. If I even want to use this thing. Damn. Sorry about that one. Not really, I can't really do anything about it when Twitch decides to die on me. And then OBS goes, oh, we need to reconnect. And I'm just like, OBS, no. Not again. Ah, well. It happens. Okay. Let me queue up all of this. That up. Still got a little bit left of his oxygen fuel. That's looking pretty good, actually. Let's see. Kellen. I kind of want to put you in orbit around this thing. And we've got the range. I just want to see the surface. And check the temperatures. There's a squeaky puff egg. Yay! Downside. I don't think it could survive here. Shit. There is no chlorine anywhere on this planet. That's not gonna happen. Yep, please stop planting there. I know you want to plant right there. I don't want you to. You know what? Good, Pip. He did the thing. That's what matters. I may need to move the buddy bud, but I think it's out of range. It's 12 away. Remember, right, it's 10. And 11 that way. Okay, Pip. You have an oxyfern seed. Put it there. Or there. Preferably there. Now, I'm going to grab the rest of the arbor acorns. I can't plant any more of those. That should make it so we can only plant the oxyfern. Hopefully that will incentivize him. Go check on Gene. Still going okay. He's working hard at it, which is good. Not sweep that. I need to sweep everything else. Come on, Pip. Pick up the oxyfern seed. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Make me have to move the arbor acorn first. Come on, Pep. Don't make me do this. You actually have the spot. Ah, good. He's planting the seed. So I want to see. Come on. Where are you going to put it? Perfect. You know what? That's fine. There will be a little bit of CO2 down here, but it'll be very limited. The downside, obviously, is that I don't know if the pip can fit another arbor acorn here to get 3 in. If we can, then we can do something kind of cool. If we can't, well, we just have to kind of deal with the problem. 1 kilogram feed rubber acorn. You guys are free to leave. Nope. Rocket in orbit. Nice. Okay, let's check these temperatures. So it's just another, like, slightly cold Marsh planet? Huh. Radiation is 213, kind of high. Oh, it's dying. Okay, well, we're gonna go right back. I need to make sure we're landing on the right landing platform. Should be 201. 201. Okay, we're good. There we go. Nature Preserve is minimum 32. Need 4 though. Nope. Yes. The pimp is doing it. Arbor trees are at 30. Yep, that's all fine. Okay, cool. We just have a small park. Just 3 extra morale every time that they go down there. I don't think we'll have any more morale problems when operating down here unless someone falls asleep, but then when they come back in, and it'll mostly handle itself. Which is good. Nope, it's looking pretty good. You know what? I think it's time I finally upgrade this. It's time. Okay, oops. Remove that. Okay, Dips. Just dime. Let's clean all this garbage out. So much cleanup that's gonna be going on here tonight. Most of it's gonna be dumping it into space. Why not? Okay, Dibs, please come build this one ladder segment so I don't have to worry about you guys accidentally falling for whatever reason. That's done. There we go. Oh, Gene, you were so close. We ran out of oxygen fuel for the actual telescope. It was so close. Did map out all of this chunk. I do wish there was a way to refuel like in transit with oxygen other than using oxalate. It's really the only way you could do it. Because you'd be venting oxygen directly from the rocket. That's really the only thing I can think of is just building large amounts of oxalate and just slapping it into a rocket and hoping. What's the slime? Ah, it's dying. Good. Good, 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 good. perish. And I can't kill that one. It's completely protected. It's dying due to the temperature, right? Yep. That one's dying from temperature burn off. Higher radiation though should be killing everything off. Yup. Good, good. That should be relatively safer before we arrive. But that planet has tungsten volcanoes, and I want tungsten. So I technically now have the means for infinite renewable thermium, which is huge. And it's relatively close. Because technically if we can take over Japola completely, or Flapalin, I can easily reach them. Also, new principle. 3 hatch eggs. Ellie with farming, rocketry, and cooking. Germ resistant. Practice artist anemic. Nope. No absolute way. I will take the pinch of pepper nut here. We don't have one here yet. I don't know if we'll use one here, but we don't have one here. I'm fine bringing it in. And there's our copper volcano. 9.1 kilograms. 2,226. That's gonna be so much worse than the others. Yeah, that one's going to suck. I don't think we're gonna actually uncover that. I can uncover all the rest of these. Copper's the one where I'm like, is it really worth it? In most cases, no. Not really. Oh, the slime mine is actually dying off. Should I do some clean this up first, though? I just keep looking at everything like, There we go. There's a nice strip done. Hopefully. Come on, dupes. Clean it up. Are we still happy with all this? Slime lung just dies. It's just sporadically everywhere, but not in large quantities. Come on, dupes. Finish it up. Almost there. Literally just this strip left. Come on. Come on, dupes. They're so close. So allow them to get over here, down here, much faster once they're connected. As well as an escape route if something goes wrong that way. Come on, Frank. I'm gonna give you a follow cam. You're actually doing just fine. Fire's a little high. Come on. Bray, you're so close. Come on. Just get it done. Please. All I can ask. You know what? It's great. You got that route done. That route's almost done. That needs to clean up. Doesn't look like they're going for it. Well, that's fine. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway. Map's starting to look a lot more clean. Obviously, there's a bunch of material everywhere. And we will probably need to replace everything with ladders eventually. Preferably plastic, because we can make so much of it. I'm going to turn off sweep only and leave it only on plastic. Yeah, let's keep it under 4. He's bringing back in one piece, so that's good. And he explored a lot, actually. It was just an entire chunk. Good job, man. You did good. And you get here for the tungsten, so there's that. I'll definitely be setting stuff up over here in Drapola for rocket launches. A given. Might need to set something up over here on the far left-hand side. Or just expand the rockets a little bit up. And there goes the temperature. Good. Dibs really want to use this ladder. I don't have enough plastic to fully go, I don't think. No, I do not. Oh, that's what the cargo launcher is for. More plastic. Send it over. I have a lot of ladders to make. Frey, where are you? Oh, yep, there. Retrieving the plastic. Good dude. The speed boost is literally no joke, so definitely upgrading everything to plastic ladders where it won't melt. It's normally a good idea. Uh-oh. Burn. Burn. Bathroom. Now, bud. Come on, make it. Make it. Make it, Spoon. Yes. Very good. That. $285. Nice. 95 there. 293. We're getting close. Very close. Frodo, you have a barracks. Use it. God dang it, Frodo. You had one job! To sleep in the barracks when you go to sleep. What did you do? Not that. Come on. really can't fix this. Pretty much this entire thing is just going to be slightly off just because of the volcano placements. There's really nothing I can do about that. And come on, link the two. You're so close to. Come on, Frey. Come on. Two more. There we go. That's them all linked up. I have a lot of production that needs to be processed, but it's looking a hell of a lot better than it was. So we have a plug slug running around. I know. I think it escaped from there. Are they? There we go. There we go. Going to make a very quick and dirty plug slug trap, so to speak. Or is it? Mornings. I could see it. He's just trucking along. He's almost back. He's up very close to almost back. Thank you. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we have a chamber for Plex legs, so I don't need to worry about excess hydrogen release. That's a good thing. And also these guys wasting ore. If I run into any others, pick them up and slap them down in here. Yeah, so I should probably just open the doors and let the pips, or sorry, the pufflets fly out. High priority these. That. There we go. That should be better. I know, one day double date. Rip. That is definitely a rip. Or buffed. I mostly just need to trap all the plug slugs so I can dig this out safely and then have a giant amount of hydrogen and wasted ore everywhere. Almost back. Goes down. radiation to run away. And... okay, so we're clear. Okay, we need to sweep that. It looks like the chill might be finally going down a little bit. Not injecting as much heat as I normally am. A hydrogen release somewhere. Oh, a pay. Decorating, operating, Night Owl Kitchen Menace, unconstructive. No. No. God dang it. Why? Why, game? Why give me a mechatronics engineer pay and tell me that she can't build anything that I could queue up for her? Ugh. Why? Ugh. Give me a Rowan, but his pay with operating. Like, that's amazing, Rowan. Narcoleptic perfect, but on the stomach that was really bad. Diver's lungs though offsets the issue of food. But also allergic to never. Never again. I will never succumb to chat telling me that I can at least offset an allergy to. Nope. Pay. You just got screwed. I would have taken a Narcoleptic Kitchen Menace Night Owl pay with operating and decorating. Take ice. This is pain. That right there is pain. Man. Game, you were so close. So close. And you just fumbled right at the end. You fell flat on your face. Dang you, printing pod. Dang you. It just hurts. It's already 5:43. I looked at the time as I noticed the sun's starting to peek its head. It's like, ah, yes, it's becoming navy blue outside. Ugh. I may need a cooling loop sooner than I think. Oops, please don't leave the slime right next to the thing that gets rid of it. I'm fine with it being off-gas, but if it's getting vacuumed constantly, it's going to become a problem. There we go. Next time. That. Well, they're working hard. It matters. Nine priority everything. I want to clean up in just one go. I am content with that. There's a lot more to do, but that is a very good start. As well as building the infrastructure to deal with the plug slugs. Just gonna put them on this one little tile and ignore them for the most part. Shouldn't be much of a threat to my base whatsoever. So I think we are A-OK on that front. Cycle 1204. I think this is a good stopping point. Oh, 04. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite content. We've gotten maybe, what, 1/4 of the map cleaned up already? We also finally found where our tungsten volcanoes are, which is well within range of Drapola, as long as we get things set up over at main base and then start shipping more stuff over here. But I am content with that. That is a very good start to being able to go and get actual thermium.